Thank you for joining us today. Judy Proctor, Senior Consulting Director and Metrics Ambassador at Vizient, joins us to walk through a benchmarking roadmap based on the webinar Introduction to Benchmarking.
In page 6, she's talking about a life cycle of setting up your metrics in your metrics program. So with that, what I'm going to say is I put it into something very simple called PDCA, which is Plan, Do, Check, Act. So if you go into that life cycle and you look at that, you're going to start with the end of that life cycle. And by that, what I'm saying is, what is your strategic objective for your organization? Where are your problem areas? So when you look at that, your first step is determining what are you going to measure based on your strategic objectives, your issues, your concerns. What do you want to manage here? So that would be the very first step, is setting up what you want to measure. And then the next step would be, once you've identified those areas for benchmarking, you're going to determine how are you going to do that? Where's the data going to come from? When or how often will you measure it? Which may be dictated by your source of data. So if you're looking at a metric that is going to be measured monthly or quarterly or those types of things, the information will dictate, when you're going to measure that. So once you determine, how, where, when, you're going to move into the step 3, which is actually the development of your baseline. So you need to know your starting point. And so now you have everything you need to put the program into place and to implement it. So you have your baseline, you have your, what you're going to benchmark, where your data is going to come from, when you're going to put it out there. You have all those in place. And the next step is which is the do part of Plan, Do, Check, Act. So you're going to implement that process. And then after you've collected the data for a while, you're going to go back and audit your metrics and look at your scorecard and your dashboard. You're going to check your process to determine your results. And then once you do that, the final step is to act upon the information that you've gained through benchmarking. And to do that, you're going to have to drill into the process to determine, are you going to change your benchmark? Are you going to change where you pull the information from? Are your indicators doing well? And can you see improvement? So those are the things, the areas that you will act upon if you're going to make gains and strides in benchmarking. So once you do that, then you've actually completed one cycle, which is you've planned the process, you've implemented it, which is the do portion, you've checked for the results, and you've acted upon those results. Benchmarking is not a destination, it's a cycle, and it's one that you're going to continuously improve upon.
Thanks so much for that explanation, Judy. Check out the on-demand webinar, Introduction to Benchmarking, to learn more about benchmarking basics, widely used metrics, tracking, and strategy.